Hey guys, thanks again for joining me right here in Studio 44. I am Phil Sherman. I have a little bit of a different video for you today. I was going to do a cleaning out the queue video, which I did. I recorded 9 stadiums, and then between the time I recorded it and the time I got to editing, which hasn't even happened yet, I got a few more requests, and I didn't want to make those guys wait too long, so I threw those in. But I also don't want to make people wait for those highlights. I've been promising those for a while, so I want to mix them in here too. I have about 15, 16 stadiums. The highlights are short, so it shouldn't make the video too much longer. But we're also going to mix in that game I told you about, Stadium Creator WHODUNNIT Mix and Match version. What's going to happen is I'm going to show you all the stadiums and not tell you who created what. I'm going to have a list of all the creators down in the lower right-hand portion of your screen. Now, some of those creators submitted more than one stadium to this video. Some of those creators didn't submit any. I thought I'd throw those in just to kind of throw things off a little bit, make it a little bit more difficult. Some are going to be obvious to everyone. Some have been seen on Sewell's channel before. I think one, I've shown different versions of it before. So some of them are going to be easy, but I think it's going to be fun either way. It seems like people get a kick out of it in the live premieres. So I hope the people who aren't at the live premieres play along with us in their own way. And hey, if you feel like it, throw it in the comments. Let us know who you got right, who you got wrong. So yeah, I'm rambling. Let's get into it. Let's see some stadiums, play some mix and match, and watch some highlights. Okay, let's start this Stadium Creator WHODUNNIT game in Indianapolis, Indiana. This is NNL Park 2, Statesman Park. Has an altitude of 65 feet, built in 1911. So this is an old school. And look at this, right off the bat, we have flashy canoes. The creator of this stadium said in the notes, if you hit the flashy canoe, you get a flashy canoe. Let's take a look at the rest of the stadium. We got a nice old school scoreboard right here in left center field, just to the left of the batter's eye. Whoa, we got dinosaurs back here. Holy crap. People are checking them out. Lots of dinosaurs and some bones. Parking lot across the street. The old school buildings. Oh, this looks great. Canoe company right there. Stadium creator, architecture firm. Very nice. Definitely getting old school vibes from this stadium. There's the theater building. Great little village. Fan-frickin-tastic. Deep out in center, and then looks like it's shallow down the lines. Let's take a look. Yeah, 317. 482 in dead center field. Yeah, this is, I mean, if you look at Arch's rebuilds, they all have those crazy, yeah, if you look at some of those older stadiums, they all have those crazy dimensions. 336 down left. Very nice. Only one deck. There it says Indiana. So this could be like back in 1911. I guess they probably have stadiums that only seat this many people, or it could be a minor league stadium. Parking garages in the back. This is gorgeous. Nice work. Got yeah, I like the fencing to kind of try to keep balls in the ballpark instead of hitting traffic that drives by. Very nice indeed. Hey, the Moonshot Casino. All right. It's not just in Las Vegas. It shows up in Indianapolis, too. All right. Fabulous work. I like the hill in front of the batter's eye there, too. This little guy. Man, 483. That's a poke up there. Now, how did you... Oh, they're letters. Nicely done, sir. What a great idea. I've always wanted to... I'm going to have to borrow that idea. The current bill I'm using, there's so many ideas, so much inspiration from you guys. But yeah, I've always wanted to use this chain and couldn't find ways to dial it up more. That's a good way to do it. I mean, it probably takes up a lot of memory, but at the same time, it looks really good. And you did it all the way down the thing. Nice. I mean, but it looks like you still have a lot of memory to make this nice town. It's only a single deck, though, so that must help, too. What a great way to start the video with a stamp. Nicely done, sir. So we've seen it. I've raved over it. I've stamped it. Who deserved that stamp? It's someone over there. Take a look at all those names. Tell me in the comments. Tell me in the premiere chat who done it. I'll let you know at the end of the video. This is Jungle Field 3 updated. It's in Brazil, South America. Has an altitude of 1,000 feet, and it was built in 2024. Again, not going to tell you by who. Ooh, I like the waterfall back here. Awesome. And it's built in this big boulder. Fantastic. Using the perfect background, of course, the batter's eye. Great jungle look with all these trees. Bleacher seating in right field with this little, like, oh my goodness, river alongside. And canoes. We have canoes. Look at this, completely surrounded by water. The only way to get to it is canoe, I guess. It's in the middle of the jungle. Fantastic little bleacher section. You got this nice standing room area where people are crowded around to watch the game. The boulders are keeping the water out. Dude, this is so freaking fun. I absolutely love it. And you got the pyramid in the back, like the Aztec kind of thing. Outstanding. Tiki huts way across the river here. Oh, you got a little bathroom there. That's good. I would just want number 2 in the bathroom. You'd think out in the jungle you wouldn't really need a bathroom for number 1. Okay, how many of all the stadium creator showcasers on YouTube, how many of you talk about number 1 or number 2? Dude, it's fantastic. There's your list of creators right down there. Who done it? Before I answer that, though, you're probably wondering, am I going to give this stadium a stamp? And the answer is hell yes. Fan-frickin-tastic. Let's light it up and see how it looks. So fun. The bleachers are covered, too, so if it rains, that's good. At least these are. These guys aren't. The canoes take you right up to behind the field. So fun, dude. Absolutely love it. One of your best. Could that be the thumbnail? It very well could be. Man, great work. Moving on. Next up, we're going to Crosby, Texas, where we have Colt 45. I believe Colt 45s were the name of the Houston Astros, right? Before they were the Astros, before they played in the Astrodome, AstroTurf. Has an altitude of 50 feet, built in 1960. And we're going to pull back. Of course, using the old school scoreboard makes a lot of sense for a stadium built in the 60s. Don't think they quite had the Lasertrons yet. Big, tall layer of stands out here. Looks like 2. Oh no, it's a plaza level and upper deck on top of each other. Nice. On the back, more bowl style seating. Neighborhood in the background, parking lot behind, and next to the stadium, fenced in. Got the old school buildings over here. Lights surrounding the stadium. Parking lot beyond right field as well. Have a small section of luxury seats in left field. I'm not sure that was a huge thing back then either, so I wonder when luxury seats started becoming a thing. I don't know, but it's a nice clean build. Again, I don't I'm assuming this is a recreation of a ballpark that was used before my time that I don't know much about. I probably should have done a little research on it, but maybe I can throw up some pictures to join this in post, and we can all appreciate this stadium a little bit better. Thank you, sir, for the submission. Now, a couple things to clear up. I'm not going to tell you which users have multiple stadiums or how many they made in this video, just to make it a little bit tougher. And regarding the highlights, I'm just going to throw them in anywhere. So just be prepared for the fact that I might move on to a highlight reel after this, and I'll break them up a little bit, but I think you'll enjoy the highlights. I have got requests for the highlights, so. Okay, here we go. Next stadium. Okay, I'm going to preface this stadium by saying that some of you, probably a lot of you, have already seen this stadium before. Sewell showcased it in a live stream, I believe. Hell, I even saw it. So if you did see it, don't give it away for those who may not have. But this is Levy Field in the Midwest, USA, has an altitude of 2,100 feet, built in 1928. The creator said he saw a turn-of-the-century riverfront photo that gave him inspiration for this build. It says, don't miss the train trestle under the bridge in right field, and make sure you show with light off at the end. I'm wondering if he means when I go up here, because I often end that with the light off. But, oh my dear Lord, what a freaking amazing build. Let's take a look at the train, first of all, that goes right underneath the car bridge. Or the driving bridge. Out frickin' standing. Across the field, you have, or across the street from the field, you have these brick buildings, give you an old school look, bunch of older looking ships, and all those older industrial bridges or buildings across the river. Man, I can't talk. And then get a San Francisco vibe with the going up the hills like that with the roads. All the buildings in the background. My goodness. Another bridge behind the stadium along with a parking garage. Some more old school buildings. Fan-frickin-tastic. The stadium itself is fairly simple. Does look like it's below street level, which is always cool to me. Flipped the roof around to get the pillar look, which I very much dig. In the corner, you got a small concession area with the newsstand and the sausage, hot dogs, grilled chicken, French fries, cheese steaks. Oh, then look at this little walkway outside the stadium. Gorgeous. Oh, here's where you get your tickets. Tickets, get your tickets. The Brooklyn Dodgers will be playing the New York Yankees today, 5 o'clock. Why did they always talk like that back then? You ever notice that? Even like non-announcer guys like Babe Ruth. Like he talks about when he's on that tour in Japan and he's talking about the calling his shot. He gets up there in front of everybody and he goes, I know the good Lord was willing when I called my home run in Chicago that time. It was the World Series, and I pointed to center field, and I told them that was where I was going to hit the ball. I don't get it. There's a nice fancy scoreboard. Well, as fancy as it can be for back then. Levy Field. Right? I'm saying it right. Is there two ways to say Levy? Because I Googled it. Because I try to sound as not stupid as possible when I do these things. And it looked like there's 2 ways to say Levy or spell Levy. So, are we talking about the same Levy? Yeah, I see both. I'm not a smart man, so I don't know which one is right. Like, I see the lyrics to American Pie, and I see Levy, Levy, and Levee, like it's spelled here. So, I don't know. Even Google's letting me down today. But look at this. Look at all this detail. He's even got the train going all the way around. That must be tough to build when you can't get the camera like that. You can probably snap, right? A snap tool, I hope, would help. He's got different parts lit up. All right, so I'm so bad. I'm so sorry if I didn't show it how you wanted to when you said make sure you show the light off at the end. Do you mean sunset and the lights on, maybe? Because that looks fantastic. This one, I almost feel like you should be like right here. Wish you could see more of the field and the city. Either way, it's stunning. Fantastic stadium. If you don't stamp this stadium, I don't know what stadium you do stamp. Brilliant, brilliant work, sir. That could be a thumbnail. That could be a thumbnail. I just wish the stupid indicator thing wasn't there. That's not bad.
This is the part of the video
Moving
where
on.
I accidentally turned the mic off, so try to ignore how my words are not synced up with my currently frozen face down there. And then once we get through these highlights, we'll go back to showcasing some stadiums. But this was a weird day. They like made an announcement that they were patching the uniform numbers, and I played 2 games in a row with no uniform numbers on the back. So this is Percy Caney, and I saved this one just because I thought I got it into the batter's eye, which is something I've always wanted to do when I have the batter's eye up there. But and this is Percy putting one into the party deck, maybe the Stadium Center party deck when it was still over there. Stadio Center, did I say that? This is, of course, you know this future stadium and who it's by. But I've since changed it, and I'm sure you'll see it in the live stream with me playing more Ricky Davis League games. We're kind of on hold because we talked about maybe live streaming the All-Star game, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to play that All-Star game in Game 1 of the ALDS with the Yankees playing the Royals now. And there's Leonard Starr putting the bomb deep into the Stadium Center party deck. Leonard Starr eats lefties up. Was that a lefty? I didn't even notice. Nope, it was a righty. Look at how deep that gets up there. Boom. Of course, it's only 322 feet away. This is the current version of the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino. Although there are some changes made. I don't know why I saved this one. Maybe in the replay we'll see. There's this one where he hits it off his own face. I don't know why I get a kick out of that kind of stuff. Steve Stewart going Oppo. Is that Tyler Jackson? One of my number 5 pitchers at one point. There it is, 44. That's why Studio 44 is Studio 44. Steve Stewart's number. Boom. Yep, off his face. Ooh, Empire Stadium is back. I think we saw a highlight from here. And here's Steve Stewart in the actual league going deep off a pitcher from Manhattan Express. The stadium, of course, created by Bo Tiger. And I look at the stadium, and I always said, this is a great stadium. It's clean, it's cool, it's got some cool features. But you look at this one compared to now, that's why I say each of his stadiums is better than the last one. I love that seating section in right center field as we watch Porfirio Betamit put one out almost to the Miller Lite party deck out there. I have since traded Porfy. Ruben Amaya is now my first baseman. He's also a backup catcher. Yeah, that looks really great out there. Nice and clean. The cool restaurants all next to each other. Here's Nelson Miles wanting to join the party, hitting the line shot into the bleachers. So yeah, this is fun. I was a little disappointed in this video because it turns out a lot of them are just from stadiums that I made. Just because like 4 or 5, stadiums that I created outside of the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino, and then half of the stadiums, or half of my games are played at the Moonshot Casino anyway. This game obviously played on Jackie Robinson Day as Marty Stewart, Steve's younger brother, goes deep. United Airlines Field. This is one of the favorite stadiums I've made. He hit one through one of the arches and into the street, 412 feet away from home plate. Oh, we're going to take another look at it.
Yep, right through. Fun. See, this is the fun thing about baseball stadiums. You find these little places to hit balls, and oh, now why did I show this? That's Chris Taylor hitting one across the street. That's one of the goals I want to have. I don't want to see other bums do it. Chris Taylor was my third baseman at one point. Solid hitting, right-handed hitter. Turned into an extraordinary. Oh, wow, he hit that deep off that. What is that? 457. My big fat ugly head is in the way. Look at this, almost to that laser ribbon out there. That building, of course, hosts the home offices of the Chicago Hitmen. There's bleachers up there, and you'll see later, I think, in different views that the seats out there. There they are. Oh, there's Leonard Starr trying to hit one out of the stadium. But yeah, that bleacher section out there in left center field is connected to that building, and then it goes across the street, and you can drive right underneath it. Yep, Leonard Starr gets one across the street. One or two hops that building. Oh, maybe it didn't make it there. Oh my God, back to this freaking stadium. Why did I show this one? Well, besides Steve Stewart blasting one, he got one up to that second deck. I found myself having to pull some of the features in because I wasn't reaching them. I thought I edited this out a little bit better. My apologies for that. There it is. Boom. I like the window with the UFO. I wish I could have got that in fair territory, but here's another view of that same home run. My Lord. I've gone back to a two-handed swing for Steve Stewart just because you get sick of the same animations every once in a while. I like to go in and change them, and yeah, I wasn't putting many balls up there, so I moved some things in. Here's DJ Jackson. I was just talking about this stadium in the video I recorded. River Falls Basin by Mo2179, I think it is. I think I mixed that up. Usually I'm right when I type it, not when I write it. But you also find him as Mo Games 2913. I have more coming up from that stadium, so be on the lookout. This is Truist Field remodel from Sewell 21. He turned a minor league stadium into a major league stadium for the Charlotte Spiders. And here is the non-home run hitting Willie Reynolds putting one out around 351 feet. And then here's this guy again hitting bombs out to left field where it jolts back into those bleachers. We'll take another look at that apparently. Yeah, over there in left, I think you'll get to see it a little bit later. I think Sewell added a bunch of restaurants or a different restaurant to fancy it up a little bit. He added an extra deck behind home plate. Yeah, there's that deck that you can see. And he said he spent a lot of time trying to copy the skyline. Is this another Stewart bomb? Yep, he knew it. There it is, heading towards that restaurant. Not quite up there, though. I really like the Charlotte Knights, or the Charlotte Spiders uniforms, too. It's the black and yellow Pittsburgh Traditions Pirates. Field in Raleigh, North Carolina is up next. Has an altitude of 100 feet, built in 2024, and it's up to you to guess who created the stadium. Using the brick, excellent, from the seats. Very, very smart. I use that idea myself at a very small scale. Definitely not to this level. Great way to get a different look, as long as you have the memory, because stands can be expensive, but it looks so freaking good. Oh, I don't even know where to start. The family fun zone's back here, who don't want to play some wiffle ball. Hid the white part of it. I like that. That is kind of a boring wall, isn't it? So we dialed it up with the family fun zone and some bricks and concession stands. I'm going to force myself to use this prop. Maybe in my next build, maybe not. Got the playground. That's part of the wiffle ball field, right? Just for Kids restaurant. Oh, it's even closed in. Look at that, with a little entry gate and some picnic tables. People are in there hanging out. Nice little tree section on this. Look at this. He's got the wedge building built in there. I would love to talk to the people who created this tool, because this doesn't seem like an obvious thing to me, to give us the ability to like bury buildings and combine them with other props. So I'm so glad they did it. That's one of the better things about this tool, because with the limitations of, so few props, it's nice to be able to combine things and kind of create new props and different ways to use different props than what the creators may have intended them for. But using this wall, such a great idea. You still got 99%. You got a little bit of room to play with. I like this little covered section out here. What is that? Oh, it's a little hot dog stand underneath. Parking garage is across the street. This always gives me a Washington vibe, right? Can't you see the parking lot from the Nationals ballpark? We were supposed to go this year. We didn't make it. A bunch of stuff came up. Our dog's been acting up, and, well, not acting up, but he's been sick and requires extra attention now. So we're trying to save those trips for when we really need it to. Like, we're going on another cruise in February. But nice little bleacher section with steps to take you up to this concourse or walkway with all these concession stands. I'm a fan of generic, or at least most of them being the same, because if you go into most stadiums, they do look the same. There's always a couple, like if you go to Baltimore, there's the Jack Daniels Grill or Boogs or something like that. Oh, look at this. He hid most of the fountain just to get this little thing in here. Very nice. This is supposed to be a minor league part, by the way. Oh, it just says fictional AAA style stadium. I love how the concessions are pulled out, and then you topped off the. No, why don't I think of this kind of shit? I'm gonna. Oh. Listen, if you don't know me by now, the madder I get at you, the better your stadium is. That's brilliant. It makes it look so much better. I'm so mad. I mean, I'm going to steal this, of course, or borrow it, I should say. Closed off with one of the buildings, the townhouse thingies or whatever they're called. Yellow row house, okay. Fan-frickin-tastic. And then outside the stadium, you got the sculpture out there, parking lot lined with some trees and some benches. Unbelievable. Nice little scoreboard out here hosting the lights and the play ball sign. Wow. Funky dimensions. Definitely playing some RDL games in here. I hope, by the way, you're enjoying the highlights. They're old. Obviously, my hair's probably a little bit longer. I'm still recovering from the lawnmower job that the last lady gave me. Not that any haircut can help this fat face. I love the quirky dimensions. I freaking love the stadium. I'm lost for words. This freaking guy is so good. So good, as Cartman would say, I want to kick him in the nuts. Sorry, I don't really want to kick anyone there. Okay, so now I've talked about kicking someone in the nuts and number 2 in one video. Okay. It's fantastic. It looks like it could be a real freaking place. I'm so mad. So mad at you guys. Okay. We've seen a lot of awesome stadiums, right? And a lot of cool, fun, creative names. It's fun to see how you guys come up with the names of your stadiums and see where, they came from, and blending cities together and stuff like that for locations. And of all the weird and creative ideas that I've seen on this channel, never, ever in 1.5 billion years did I expect a stadium to be named Bon Jovi Field. I'm sorry, the creator sent this to me and he said, I was just listening to his music while I created this. They're my favorite band. And that's fine. I'm not knocking anybody's music. I'm a Michael Jackson guy, okay? I like, what's the Young Guns one? Blaze of Glory. That's probably my favorite Bon Jovi song. Living on a Prayer, I must say, has become one of my least favorite songs ever just because the local radio stations here play it all the time. That and the stupid Journey song. Living in a lonely world. All day, every day. It's playing someplace right now on the radio. Turn on the radio in your town and you hear one of those two songs. So I'm sorry to the creator. I do like Bon Jovi. I just was not expecting to find Bon Jovi Field in my queue. It's in Sayreville, New Jersey, has an altitude of 10 feet, built in 1984. Another thing I like about Bon Jovi is I think I mentioned Unsolved Mysteries before and how much I enjoyed that show. And I like rewatch that show like all the time when I'm bored. I'll just play it in the background. There's an episode where a little girl was kidnapped and killed, and it turns out the parents were friends of Bon Jovi, and they went on the show and, like donated money and helped, try to find who did it. And they wrote a song for her and stuff like that. So major props to them on that too. So I have always, respected them for that. And there's a great episode of Sunny where they talk about buying an arena football team from Bon Jovi. Look at right field, this big field level seating section with a concourse on top, the big Cleveland Guardians, and there's Bon Jovi Field right there. There's a river that cuts across behind John, Alec, David, Richie, Tycho. Is that the band members? Right, Richie Sambora, right? Isn't that like a big controversy between those two or something? I could be wrong. Wiffle ball field. Hey, someone else with the hiding the thing, and it's got a little nod to Studio 44 and Sewell 21 with a stadium center. Nice. Thanks, man. Again, I said it in my last video. Never did I thought I'd see my channel on people's stadiums, and some people have even used my canoe. We have a canoe in the fountain. Oh boy, I love it, guys. You guys are throwing random canoes in your stadiums just because I made fun of them one day. I love it. I freaking love it. It's unbelievable to me. Great bleacher section going up and behind the fountain. Excellent. And the grass area in front of it. Perfect. Man. Ooh, I like how you have the light higher, this center one. Do the same thing over here with the two higher, and then the center one higher here. Yeah, excellent. The lights are on, and it looks fantastic. Everything with the windows in the home run fence also looks fantastic. Putting the show in there. See, now it's a creative way you can put a sign in there. For green walls. Can't do it for blue. I like the laser ribbon look. I used it all the time in 22. They didn't have the portable one. The only laser ribbon that they had was attached to plaza level seating. So I would try to find ways to hide the plaza level seating and, bring the laser ribbon up. But of course you can't do it anymore unless you got green frickin' walls. Or blue windows with green walls. Unbelievable to me that hasn't been fixed. Very clean on the outside, simple out and behind the stadium. I follow that rule myself. Keep it simple and clean back here to save the memory and spend it where you can see it in the game. Very smart. I love it. I think right here we can take the time to go ahead and throw this bad boy a stamp. fabulous, fabulous work. Jovi Field in New Jersey. Great work. One of your better stadiums, I would say. Whose better stadium is it, though? Only time will tell. I'm speechless. I'm embarrassed. I don't even know what to say. It's almost, yeah, it's almost embarrassing to show this. Sherman Yards, Rochester, New York. Altitude of 4,400 feet, built in 2024. And I think some of you may have already seen this. In right field, we have the Moonshot Hotel with people hanging out on the balconies. Have a couple of signs built right in and the laser ribbon up on top. Looks really good. People are hanging out on their balconies. And then I love this high wall with the flower bed in here. So good. What do you got? A concourse piece? Is that what that is in there? Yep. You know, I've gotten a couple comments that they love how I go in depth with, you know, how they did it. And at times I'm like, should I be revealing that secrets? But then I'm like, people who like the stadium are just going to download it and figure it out anyway, right? Look at this. Canoes. Canoes in center field. The canal off lake to Canoe Cove even has its own gate on the water to get a ticket to the stadium. Oh, okay. Is that in here? All right. Welcome to Sherman Yards. Man, there's the splash zone with a little pool. Bleacher section. I like how he used the shipping containers as the home run line. Of course, can't do it in center field, can ya? God forbid we blocked that batter's eye. One of my favorite batter's eyes, by the way. That one or the Texas Ranger Hill. The ones I use the most anyway. I don't know. That one looks the most like big league to me. Like that one, come on, that looks like a minor league or a AAA or a spring training. And the fancy ones are too big. I like the Minnesota one, but again, you can't build off it. That one, the same thing. It looks kind of Bush League. The waterfall one's cool. That one looks very spring training. The fancy one, I never told this story. I was using this. I built it and used it as an anomaly over the Texas Rangers batter's eye, but I accidentally deleted it. And I didn't have any other anomaly, so I was stuck without it because I was at a point where it's like I'm not going to start over. I never finished that story when I showed that stadium. But this one is also spring training. So this looks old school, but I like it. But again, it's so big, you almost have to use it as an anomaly so you can build off it or near it. The Cola one is good too, but again, getting close to it stinks. This one looks okay, but the cracks drive me crazy, how you can see through it in so many spots. Dinosaur ones are ridiculous. The brick one's pretty good, I guess. But again, this one, minor leagues to me. Is this why you were texting me about the batter's eye, Sewell? But I love this. Look at all the waterfalls. Looks so good. People are on the canoes watching the ball game in center field. I love the hidden little layer of seats in front of the arches. Looks so good. Underneath, you got a bunch of concessions. Ballpark eats. Shit. Well, I just gave away who made the stadium. You probably saw him create it, right? I think he streamed this. Like, you got Studio 44 sign on this building. Outstanding. Dude, thanks, man. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Oh, Okay, he added some more out here with the little islands. Oh, here's the gate. Here's the gate where you get for your ticket. So good, man. You piss me off too, man. Your fucking videos are better than mine. Your stadiums are better than mine. You suck. You suck, Sewell. Ugh. Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic idea. I love this idea. And then using this as a way to kind of close off the Plaza C area. Just again, just to give it something different to look at other than the same old window and door situation. Absolutely amazing. Sorry for giving it away if you didn't know who did create the stadium, but hey, he could have more. Remember, I'm not telling you how many each person did or who did more than one. So maybe Sewell did another one in here. Let's move on for now. Sewell, I don't know what to say, man. It's fantastic. Thanks for naming it after me and showing everyone all my weird quirks and all that stuff, man. It's amazing. Here's the Frozen Dome in Barrow, Alaska. Has an altitude of 10 feet, built in 2024. Creator says that this is a rebuild of a previous version of the stadium. He uses it a lot because it has a short porch and it looks closed off. Very nice. You can clearly tell it's in a dome. I love it. Using the shipping containers is cool to kind of highlight some sections. And then there's the dinosaur fence. Nice. Hiding the barbed wire. That's a good move. Because it's nice to have this big wall, but the top part looks terrible, you know? What stadium's going to have barbed wire on it? So hiding it takes full advantage of that big wall. That's another idea I might have to borrow from you guys. Nice. If it's in Alaska, it makes sense that it doesn't seat a lot of people. Because he mentions in the thing that he knows that in this place you can only fly there. Uses that big warehouse to act as a roof to close it off. Tokyo building is sticking up. There's some. Is that? Why have I not noticed that before? The ramen noodles thing. Little bleacher section in front of both baselines. Very nice. Very nice indeed. A lot of cool ideas in here. Ooh, I like how this window kind of hosts the stand-up sign. That's cool. Ooh, you got some dinosaur fossils in here on display also. And a canoe! And some boxes. Wooden crates. What's a baseball stadium without wooden crates? Using the hologram thingies, the hollow windows. You gotta tell me, guys. Hollow hologram. That's the way I always pictured it. Don't think we're gonna get a good shot from above, so we'll stay in to turn the lights on. Excellent. Looks like it could be retractable, or maybe he is just going for the closed roof feel, and you can't do it. See, I don't see why they can't give you a certain height above the field. So you can create your domes. And anything underneath the field, it seems like you could do too. That way, like with stands, like anything under the thing could be hidden and then you could get closer. I don't know. I guess this would be a problem because the people stick up. But I would love to have overhang. I think that would make for so many creative stadiums. I like the big scoreboard behind. That's fun. Flip that light switch again really quick. Yeah. A lot of memory, I'm sure, went to closing this stadium off, and it was done very cleanly. Excellent work, sir. Moving on. Next up, we have Toby Memorial Stadium. It's in Big City, USA. Has max altitude, was built in 2024. I see the Power Alley porch jumping out at me right away. I like how he closed off between the two decks here. Old school scoreboard on top. Big fence filled with windows and windows underneath for people to watch the game and for scoreboards. A beautiful concourse with nachos and hot dogs and team stores and snack shacks and burgers. I started to say that like Forrest Gump, didn't I? They'd bring their suitcases and briefcases. Never really did a good Forrest Gump. Perfect scoreboard above the top deck here. Excellent. Oh, I like how that's turned. Beautiful. Man, you guys are such... Steps. Oh, curving the steps. I like that. To take it down to field level. Then you can get underneath. This is where you can catch the game from behind the home run fence. Picnic tables back here. Luxury seating covered by the brick or the tile. That little restaurant sitting in front. Nice. Very cool around and behind. More of that turned seating. So cool. The bullpen. Oh, you got the bar. All right, nice. Big screen, little screens, more little screens. Starting to see these pop up more and more. Very cool. You're welcome, SDS. I like using the green and then the brick for foul territory. Oh, I like the stairs going down. Oh, look, he connected them. Is this an anomaly? Nope. Wow, you can get that really close then, huh? Great work, sir. 2 decks, 3 decks of standing room only viewing areas. Toby Memorial Stadium. You'll have to let us know in the comments who Toby is. The big brown building in the back. Fabulous. Using the old school dirt cutout for what definitely looks like a modern stadium. Very cool. There's that big apartment building that I'm slowly going through. Sewell would not approve of that camera work. Oh, that building's connected with the airport terminal thingy. Nice. Oh, you built it right into the stadium. Flip that light switch. And it looks amazing. Man, more creative ideas, more clean, creative concourses. I like the 3 statues up here in the middle of all these picnic tables. I love the turning of the stairs to get you underneath. Nice work, sir. Stampy stamp. Beautiful. I mean, what more is there to say about it? Everything's placed in just the right spot. I like adding the trees to give it an ivy look. The walls, that is. Nice little entrance to this scoreboard under, or this building built into the scoreboard. Or the scoreboard's built onto the building. You know what I mean. It's late. I need to wrap this video up and get to bed. It's Wednesday, for crying out loud. No, it's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stadium. And that's why it was stamped. Let us move on. Black and yellow, Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, here's the one I created for someone. Someone commissioned me out to play the stadium. Oh, you tried to rob Wayne Paste. This is RDL Legends game. I think I have so many more better highlights coming up in more of your guys' stadiums. I think I saved less from the ones I was in, but I wanted to get some highlights out there just to kind of mix things up a little bit, add a little bit more content to the channel. Here is Royal Caribbean Field, the one I created for the, well, I just created it and then kind of assigned it to the Florida Lightning. I would think anything in Miami should probably have a roof, even though Jack Murphy Stadium didn't have one, right? I never loved that bleacher section. Maybe someone wants to remix it for me. They can fix that. Back at the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino, this is Percy Caney hitting one into those seats in right center field. I like all the laser ribbon. I like to put it in as many places it seems to make sense as possible. I just think it's fun when you do fun stuff like that and it just shows up everywhere. Wow, 420. Another Percy. Oh, this one to right. Oh, is this the one that just made it over? Look at that. Go! Another fun thing about, baseball stadiums, they have these little quirks. Like just a couple inches to the left, and that's not a home run. Go! They're fun. I get a kick out of stuff like that. Especially when you purposely design them, to be something fun that you could aim for, try to make happen, and then they actually happen when you play them in the game, and it's like, oh, okay, that's fun. Oh, this is, yep, Percy Caney playing left field. Must be Jerome Raines in center. Someone's trying to tag up. Fast guy trying to tag up. And he doesn't make it. Yeah. See all the flashing around with all the laser ribbon. I like that. Probably need more in left. One or two more in left. Oh, here's a Dad Bod Stadium. Oh, why didn't I get the name of this one? I think I can still add it in post. Why did I leave it in the dumb spot? This is Guillermo Vasquez, though. I think hitting one of two. One of the better power hitting, all-around hitting, I guess I should say, players in the RDL. Of course, he's on the RDL Legends team. Here's Bucky Crozer hitting a laser shot on the RDL Legends version of Jackie Robinson Day. Bucky, another one of the better all-around hitting players. Won the MVP in the league opposite of us, one of our first 2 years, actually completing a whole season in MLB The Show. This is Nick Leonard going oppo. Once you see this shot on the replay, it doesn't look like it looks like it was hit off like a corked bat or something. Look at this. The way it just kind of bounces off the bat. Like, it doesn't look like the momentum of the bat is what made it go far. It's just hitting the bat itself almost. It only went 399 feet. Nick Leonard's more of a batting average guy than a power hitter. Here's home run 2 of 2 from Guillermo. I don't think this is his original stance. I think they got rid of it. It was very similar, of course. This is why we use the one that they have there. And again, if you haven't seen RDL Legends games before or RDL highlights before, I went with Respect the Pit colors for this year's version of the RDL All-Stars. Here's Nelson Miles. Seems like I have a lot of home runs recorded from him. And again, another stadium I created, Hollywood Hills, home of the Hollywood Stars. Not one of my favorite stadiums, but I liked it enough, especially since I changed right field, changed those buildings. I think it made more sense the way it is now. Added a little deck and kind of killed a little section that kept deleting the little layers of concourse I had in there anyway. 391. Almost to the Hollywood Walk of Fame up there. Uh-oh, DJ Jackson. You know where this ball's going. Someplace deep to right. That's fairly new. That deck with the ballpark eats in there. Yeah, some of these stadiums look so much better when you're actually in gameplay too. Like I think all that looks better from down here than it does if you're showcasing the stadium and you're higher up. Yeah, I'm happy with that stadium. Uh-oh, someone's trying to stretch that into a double off Steve Stewart. Nope. Well, that was Guillermo playing for his actual team, the Hollywood Stars, instead of the RDL All-Stars. Speaking of Steve Stewart, here we go again. All too familiar sight. Did he hit another one off his face? Oh, there's a big scoreboard out there. Yeah, out there in left center field. Did he hit one off that? Why does it show Hollywood laser ribbon right now? They're not hitting. Steve Stewart just hit a 400-foot bomb. 420-foot bomb. Yeah, it's got Douglas up there. Who the hell's that guy? I got something for you, Douglas. Here's a home run off your face. Nope, didn't make it. Made it up above that deck. Fans there don't seem to care about the ball very much. For some reason, I'm still showing this shot. Oh my gosh, what are we doing here? This is the very first version where I'm like, okay, it's done. There it is. Look at all that dead space in center field. Oh my God. I still like right field, but it's still kind of the same concept, that building sticking out with the fans or with the stands kind of stretching off it in right field. And then I liked where that scoreboard was, but my problem with it is you couldn't reach anything but that first deck. So that's when I started toying with it and bringing things in, and how it eventually turned out to what it is. You know, I like to reach my different targets. My dear Lord. Now here's a better version. This is a 22 version. And I think I mentioned this in my 100th video. Finding these highlights that I didn't realize were still on here is what made me decide to go back and look at older versions of people's stadiums. Because this is from 22, right? And this is one I never really showcased, even though I did showcase versions of the Ballpark of the Moonshot Casino from the 22 game. But this is the one I added to hit it here on either side, and that's one of my favorite hit it here decks or targets. Right field is fun in this one too. And it's always nice watching DJ Jackson blast one into right. This is Showbo Field. It's a stadium I made for the Atlantic City Aces in 22. The goal of this one, like most stadiums I made, have one concept that I try to focus on and then build around it. And this one I wanted to be able to hit the Ferris wheel. And I've done it in home run derbies, but never in a game. And this is Donnie Barton, switch hitting, power hitting center fielder. This is around the time I found LaRocco, and I'm trying to copy his bleachers out there in right field. Here's DJ Jackson again at that same Moonshot Casino. Oh, I know what this one is. Tell me what the ruling is on this ball. Oh, hit off the top of the wall. It's a double, right? Let's take a look at the replay, shall we? What do you think? Looks like it hits off the top of the wall and then bounces and hits the railing in front of the fans. That's a home run, is it not? I don't know why I'm rewinding it. Maybe just to show myself. Spin the finger in the home run motion, but yeah, that looks like it should have been a home run. And then here's another one from Donnie Barton, this time towards over the hit it here rover. Willie Ransom, one of the first Next Gen Games players that we found from, what was that? Was it MVP? One of the EA Sports ones? Now here is Salesforce Field, and here is another ball that should have been a home run. Ricky Davis for the Ricky Davis Legends, hitting one out to left off the top of the wall, cruises in for a double against the Braves. Off Greg Maddux. What do you think of the black pants? I kind of like those unis. Taking another look off the top of the fence. And off the screen again. Home freaking run. And look at the beautiful blue windows right next to each other. Oh, Lord. I really like that stadium. Different version of Salesforce Field. The first version. Here's Stan Weiss. Way back in 1998, my wife and I got back together again. We were just dating at the time. And he created a Ricky Davis League team for her. This was her first baseman. Him and Brody McGregor and Eduardo Menendez are the only three people that we kept from that team. They were the three that we remembered anyway. Oh, here's the Ray Cleaver's ball. I think I may have showed this one twice. Look at this. Now, this is not a home run. But look, come on. Ray Cleaver's has like 4 home runs in the past 8 years. And he just missed one. Oh, what a heartbreaker. Ooh, here we go. Aloha Stadium. Percy Caney hitting a line shot. This, obviously, before anomalies were taken away. I think I recorded this right after I remixed Dan's right field. And then since then, Dan remixed it again. And I have played there since. It's now the home of the Hawaiian Islanders. And I will show some highlights from that in the near future. But looks like that's all I have for you right now. So, yeah, tell me what you guys thought of that. Obviously, like I said, there's more coming from your stadiums. So be on the lookout for those. Let me know if you like that concept or not. I think a lot of people, when they think of the highlights, they're thinking showcase the stadium and then go right into it and make highlights. The problem with that is when you play a game, you know, you could play a whole 3-game series there and not run into a bunch of fun stuff that happened in those stadiums. So I think it makes sense to play a bunch of games in one stadium, record the highlights when they happen, and then showcase them later down the road. Plus, it kind of gives you a refresher, a memory refresher on some of the older stadiums that we have shown here in Studio 44. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments or in the chat box as we watch the live premiere, and we'll move on to Beachside Park. It's in tropical USA, altitude of 5 feet, built in 2024. A fantastic fountain out here in right field, covered with the bricks, surrounded by the hills. Looks great. Love hiding the fountain with the brick. The stacked stone faces off this concourse that wraps all the way around to left field. And then there's like embedded like a canyon concourse. A concourse lower than the field level seating, and I love it. Fountain in the back. Little restaurant here and there. The pool, little shaded area. Very nice. Wooden home run fence. I like it. You don't see the wood very much. Distances are labeled. Pretty standard around and behind, yes. Excellent. Using the Atlanta Braves building in the back. Restroom. Got a Hall of Fame and museum out here. Looking good. Couple playgrounds. The clubhouse. This is fantastic. There's that convention center. Couple buildings to close off the outside. More big buildings back here. There's that building with the courtyard. What do they call this one? I forgot. Outlet Mall. Okay. Yeah, I always like the circular brick. And basically looks like a fountain, right? Oh, yeah, it is a fountain. The water is moving. Okay. I don't do this enough. But I've kind of, it's not rushing through the stadiums, but I think people like getting more stadiums in a shorter amount of time. But I mean, you miss out on some good views when you go from behind the stadium sometimes. Great work, sir. Which one of those people down there created it? Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, again, I just want to quickly explain my process when it comes to stadiums I found in the vault. If I see a cool one, I look at the name of the stadium. I search the name of that stadium, and as long as it's a short enough list, I go all the way back to find the first person who uploaded the version of the stadium that looks like this with that name. Does that make sense? Because sometimes IBM Ballpark will look completely different. It'll be, out in the desert, instead of in the middle of a city. Once I find that, I find the username, which was FlawsXO, and then I search further ahead to get the latest version from that person, because a lot of times they'll make changes and re-upload it. I know I do that all the time. So, okay, I guess that wasn't as brief as I hoped. But this is in Nashville, Tennessee, has an altitude of 860 feet, built in 2024. And the thing that caught my attention first off the corner of my eye was noticing all this, and I was wondering if it was if it's supposed to be a ramp, or if it's just decoration, or if it's supposed to be a retractable roof. But I liked it, so that's the thing that kind of caught my eye for the stadium. And there's something similar on the other side. It looked pretty cool. Very good idea. And you got a boat out here with the docks. And then I like this grassy area, the hill, with some plants and trees and rocks and boulders and flags, and I thought that looked really cool. And then having IBM Ballpark on the facing of this concourse. Looks like you can get into the stadium from the docks. He's got this all lit up back here. Oh, this looks so good. There's that statue again out on a concourse of a field. There's a parking garage across the street. Bunch of buildings blended together, another parking garage. Excellent work, sir. FlawsXO. Great stair section to bring you up and get you into the stadium. This all looks so cool. Yeah, because sometimes, like I said in the last stadium, when you get these different views, I mean, this looks like it could be a real stadium, I could see coming in on one of these boats and seeing people get into their seats, and you hear the speaker, going, the guys making announcements, emergency exits are located, and blah, 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 and please remember to watch out for batted balls. You're welcome to keep them, but they can be dangerous, stuff like that, as you're entering the stadium. So it's... so cool. Had to show this one. And I didn't even see all that stuff back there. I'm just going by the thumbnail. IBM Park, FlawsXO. As I always say when I showcase someone who didn't request it, I hope you find this video. I hope you find this channel. And I'd like you to know that it's a fantastic stadium, and I want to throw a stamp at it. Flipping that light switch, it looks just as nice at dark. In the dark, not at dark. I don't think you can be at dark. Nice work. That could be a thumbnail too. Man, maybe I'll have to use one of those thumbnails that has multiple pictures. I can use this one, and then the very first stadium I showed, and then I think Levy Ballpark that had another great one. But it's absolutely stunning. Nice work. Kauffman Ground in Kansas City, Missouri, altitude of 909 feet, built in 2024. Now, I did go back and check, and he has different versions of this where it's named Kauffman Grounds, so I'm guessing that's what it's supposed to be, but in order to find the stadium, search Kauffman Ground. Again, this one, the thumbnail just caught my eye. I love how he weaves this walkway in and out of the stadium. Looks like it could be a retractable roof. The lights look like they could host a window as well as hold the roof up and light the field up. Left center field, you got all these restaurants with people hanging out, watching the game from this concourse. And then in right center field, More of the same thing with some little signs. Oh, using the barrier as a sign. I like that. Nice. Good touch. You got the t-shirt signs, custom jerseys. Little hanging deck over this concourse. The steps get you down there. A couple picnic tables. Then underneath you got ballpark eats. Kansas City needs their fountains. Looking good out here and right with the luxury seats above the seating over here. Fan stairs in the corner. I'm guessing these are supposed to be the bullpens, separated by the fence. Nice. Using the new roof. Pretty standard around and behind. Yeah. All the retired numbers. That looks really cool. I think the Dodgers beat the Yankees in the interleague games that they played, but I don't think it was as bad. And I think the Yankees won at least one in there. I don't remember how many they played, but they played in New York this year, right? Seems like every time the Dodgers play, it's the Yankees going there. But this year, I remember them playing here. Last time they were in L.A., Judge hit his freaking toe on that damn wall. Or part of the wall, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. But he's got the Kansas City Royals scoreboard. He's got the signs on the posts or the poles of the lights. Very, very nice indeed. King Hayes offering up. Well, he didn't really offer it up. I found it, and I hope he's okay with me showing it. I have nothing but kind words to say about it. Very creative. I like the walkway, like I said, going in, weaving in and out of the stadium. Cool concourses. Great place for the little fountain. Yeah, it caught my attention, and like I said, I feel like I'm finding more and more stadiums to show you guys that weren't requested. This creator said he had a lot of fun trying to recreate the new Tampa ballpark just approved by MLB. While it won't be exact, this ballpark is a lot of fun to play games and home run derby. Can you reach the upper decks or the waterfall feature? Wow, a lot going on over here. Very, very busy. Oh, wow, look. How did you get are the ropes part of the crane? They must be, right? Looks like he has a bunch of cranes put together to kind of hold up that structure. Very, very nice. Now, I've seen renditions. Yeah, I remember it being like a square, right? Yeah. And it has like a pyramid top, doesn't it? You can't really do that, unfortunately, because of the redding out over the field. But I can see where, yeah. I don't remember seeing inside the stadium very much of the renditions. But that is very cool. I like the fountains. Part of this fountain has a deck and another deck on top of that deck. Luxury seats and the funky counter-style seating. Bleachers over there in the left center field gap. And again in the right center field gap. Pretty symmetrical. There's the bullpen. Batting cages over meow. Very cool. Got singers over here. I like the luxury seats surrounding the poles. Yeah, the cranes is a nice touch. Excellent work. There's a grill hanging out underneath these luxury seats. Or luxury plaza. Home run deck over in the corner. Man, that'd be a poke to get it up there, huh? I like the addition of the triangle. To kind of give the waterfall a different look. Standing room fans back. Oh, no, they got little tables. Okay. Yeah. Fan-frickin-tastic. Very nice indeed, sir. What's up on this concourse? Oh, okay. What is this, like snow? Shoot. Didn't mean to bring that all the way up like that. That looks really cool in the dark. Oh no, it's the top of the Creole dugout. Okay, I thought it was a different kind of concourse. Excellent. There's a Hall of Fame circle too. I mean, do the Rays have anybody in the Hall of Fame? No freaking Wade Boggs is in there as a Ray. Come on, Wade Boggs. You're a freaking Red Sox and you know it. And you win your ring with the Yankees. I guess I shouldn't give him too much grief. Didn't he get like diagnosed with cancer recently or something? Oh man, he's got Creole dugouts all over the place at Douglas. Yeah. Wade Boggs, man. Wishing you the best, dude. Yeah, great little scoreboard. So much going on. I love it. There it is. There's a stamp. And there they are. There's the names. Who done it? Let me know in the premiere comments or in the comments below. We have another stadium dedicated to the late Pete Rose. This is Charlie Hustle Memorial Park. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. Altitude of 3,000 feet. Built in 2024. You got the All-Star Lounge and the 4,000 Hit Club up here in the corner. Wow. Look at all this stuff crammed in. Excellent. Charlie Hustle Memorial Park written right there on the scoreboard. Fan decks and restaurants and all kinds of different stuff. Holy crap. I like this little deck out here with the MLB kind of blended into the ivy. Super cool. These folks are getting cold drinks. Back here you have the TV monitors where people are sitting out, chilling out. They're protected from the sun under the overhang. Bowl style seating out in the outfield. People are out chilling out on that little walkway in between. Then you got some luxury plaza. People are sitting underneath another overhang looking through the home run fence. Nice. And pretty standard around and behind, although it does have two looking broadcast booth, and it has Stadium Center and Studio 44 with a canoe. Very fun. Pete Rose. Was he number 4? I like the stairs going off in two different directions for people to get up and down. These guys are getting onto the bleachers. These guys getting over here to the concourse. Checking out the Pete Rose statue. Fun little concourse area in here. Oh, it's blended into the wedge building here. Grabbed the wrong part. There we go. Fantastic. Quirky dimensions. Nice and condensed, compact, and stamped. Wow. Great work, sir. Am I driving you crazy? Am I waiting you guys wait too long? Those of you who built these stadiums have got to that's me. That's me. Show me the love. Give me the love. Okay, this one's pretty obvious. I think we all know who done it. This one has been shown on my channel. It's been shown on Sewell's. It's a fantastic stadium. It's called Cyclone Field version 2. It's in Honolulu, Hawaii. Has an altitude of 1454, and it was built in 1934. And I mean, right field looks fantastic. I love the addition of the arches over the bleacher seats, and then the luxury seats on top of that. Bleachers on top of the luxury seats, and there they are. There's the steps with the Railings, the escalator railings. Very, very nice indeed. Hot dogs, nachos, snack shack. The big, perfect apartment building, which could easily be a luxurious hotel. The Cyclones. Left field. Seems a little congested, I remember, but it still looks great. Canoes. Some hotels added along the coast. I remember this gentleman wanting to talk about that. There's Phil's flashy canoes. We have seen that before. I still get a chuckle out of it. Thanks, man. Canoe Company. Gorgeous. This, I think, might be new. Oh, there's canoes in the pool. Oh, my God. Excuse me. Oh, fantastic. Excellent. I like the trim on top of the brick wall. Looks great. Beautiful, beautiful work. Yeah, this is a classic. This is one we've all... I like this, too. That seems new. Looks like the back of the kids. Yep, the kids' restaurant. Let's hit it here, blend it in. Oh, okay, that's like the top of the building. All right. Yeah, you're going to be hitting lots of splash shots. Very nice. Quirky dimensions. Going to be hitting some bombs out in right field. That looks pretty shallow over there. Refresh my memory. 292. Oh, yeah. And then 340 out in left. So it's going to be tougher to get those splash shots. But, man, DJ Jackson, Chris Morales, Ryan Hull, all those powerful lefties are going to be putting balls out of this stadium. WHODUNNIT? I know we're not all synced in when it comes to the live premieres, but go ahead, type it all up there. We know who did it. Go ahead, put them right over there in that chat comment. But, yeah, it's a great stadium. It gets stamped. It's been stamped. I'll always show different versions of the stadium. It's excellent. So, thank you for the submission. So now, after like 3 different recording sessions, 1 voiceover, multiple edits, and reshoots, you have now seen every stadium this video has to offer. But you don't know who did what yet. So let's move on to the reveal of all the creators of all the stadiums shown in this video. The good thing about coming back to this stadium is I did not realize all the hard work that the creator of this stadium put into this clock right here. He happened to be on when I was live streaming recently. It was after I recorded this original video. Like I said, weeks and different days and all kinds of research. But he pointed out all the detail he put in to make this custom clock that went behind home plate here. So if you saw that video, yes, it was Fiserv. I feel like both the stadiums he showed today were pretty obvious because the one that you just saw that finished up the video, he's showed us before a million different times, and we love it. So, yeah, this one too, I think Sewell may have showed it as well. So, fantastic work. He said he wanted to make another Negro League park, and this is the result. I loved it. It got the stamp NNL Park 2, Statesman Park from Fiserv. Jungle Field 3, updated, was given to us by our good buddy Schmitty VG. Who got it? Who didn't? Who was tricked? One of my favorite novelty stadiums I've ever seen. I loved it, Schmitty. Great, great, great freaking work, man. I'm going to do the rest of these in order, but I wanted to jump to Toby Memorial Stadium and let you know that it was created by the man, the myth, the legend, Murph075, because when I backed out of the last stadium, I noticed that someone downloaded, changed, and re-uploaded that stadium as Kenneth A. Walker Memorial Stadium. So, see, I would get such a kick out of that if that I ever found that. He even changed it up in the top there where it says Walker Memorial Stadium. So, nice job, Murph. Excellent stadium. Angels DH57 gave us Colt 45. Nice little build. It definitely looks like an old school stadium. Again, tips from the last video carrying over to this one. Use that memory. Take it to the max. Find those little details. Take a look at the props that you have available to you and find ways to turn them into more detail into your stadiums. Look at Archmage stadiums. Look at the Gaming Kitchen stadiums. Look at Murph 075 stadiums, Texas Ags. All those guys find such creative ways to use the props given to us in a different way than what they were intended for. So, Angels DH57. I know this tool's fairly new to you, so keep it coming, man. You're off to a very good start. Murph075 was one of those creators who gave us multiple stadiums for this video. Again, I think Sewell showcased this stadium before in a live stream, so there's a good chance a lot of you already saw this stadium. What a fantastic idea. Easily decided to stamp this bad boy. I loved it. Thank you so much, Murph. One of the better fields that I've ever laid my eyes on. Definitely one of the best, if not the best, minor league stadium I've ever showcased on this channel is Traditions Field. It was given to us by Sluggish Moth 953. Beautiful work. I love all the weird angles of the home run fences and the concourses and using the brick from the back of the classic seating. Brilliant stadium. Jovi Field, the last person I ever expected to see a baseball stadium named after him, was given to us by our good friend Braves fan 11/22/96. I'm guessing that fountain within a fountain gave it away for a lot of people. He does use those hills a lot as well. Always finds a different way to showcase them, though. I love the plaza behind with the water right behind that. Thank you for the shout out, Studio 44, and I'm sure Sewell is grateful as well on that scoreboard of the wiffle ball field. Just a great stadium. Thank you, Mr. Braves fan. I gave this one away, but I still don't know what to say or do about this. It's still embarrassing. It's still I don't know. It's amazing. I love it. Sherman Yards from Sewell 21. Again, a lot of you probably saw him put this together when he's streaming, creating the stadium. The water aspect of the stadium is just amazing. So, thank you, Sewell. Gorgeous. The Frozen Dome came to us from our good buddy Schmitty VG. I liked using those windows to host the dinosaurs and the sign. Using the shipping containers to close off the stadium. Very unique concept. Loved it. Thanks, Schmitty. Beachside Park was the second creation submitted to us by Braves fan 11/22/96. Again, the fountain surrounded by the hill, plaza or concourse, the right next to the foul pole there in left field. Gorgeous Hall of Fame museum. Looks really cool. Excellent work from Braves fan as always. Loved it. Then Gas Plant Stadium, St. Pete, Florida was next. Based on renderings that have been released of the new stadium that's supposed to take over the Trop. Have we seen the last of the Trop? I think we may have. From what I hear, replacing that roof is not going to be easy. It's not going to be a timely thing. So they're going to have to find a place to play this year. I have a feeling that they're going to settle in. Why bother spending all the money on that stadium? Just wait for 3 years down the road and move into this stadium. This version of that stadium, by the way, created by Slick 102544. Who got it right? Who got it wrong? Let me know in the comments. Our second stadium shown, dedicated to the memory of the late Pete Rose, is Charlie Hustle Memorial Park. This stadium was made by our very good friend, Sandman Dan. Very tight, very compact, a lot going on in right field. I love it. Very different from his usual looks, but incredibly creative and, again, just chaotic fun. Sandman Dan is the man. So glad to have him back in Studio 44. I have a new one that showed up in the queue from him today. That video should be recorded very, very soon. And we finish things off with the stadium we all know and love. This is a new version of Cyclone Field, and we all know that was created by our good buddy Fiserv. I think the new apartment building in the background is new. I think the arches may have been in and out or different kinds of arches, but it's such a good stadium. I love it. I need to play games in here. It's going to be fun slamming line drives off those luxury windows and stuff like that. So I can't wait to get in here and play. I decided a new way I'm going to do it is I've been trying to just force stadiums. I'm going to do it like I did the All-Star game when I streamed that. From now on, I'm just going to swipe my notes. Stop the swipe. Whoever it lands on, pick a stadium from that creator. That's how I'm going to do it from now on. So, Fiserv, thank you for a great stadium to wrap up a chaotic video. I hope you guys enjoyed it because a lot of work went into this video. I still have a 3-hour-long highlight video that I recorded not too long ago that I have to go through and edit back up that can be mixed in with another clean out the queue video here. It's not a super crazy long amount of highlights. It's just between uploading and reloading and switching and rewinding and fast forward and getting angles and stuff like that. It just blah. Anyway, I'm babbling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for sticking with me. If you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I feel like I've hit a little low with subscriptions and I want to get to that 1,000 mark. I haven't even hit 700 yet. So if you're a consistent viewer of my videos and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Every subscription, every like, all that stuff helps so much. Another way you can help, check out the Studio 44 store. There's some fun stuff in there with the Studio 44 logo right on it. Thank you again for watching. Be on the lookout for more cool videos coming soon.